Hello, sisters and brothers. Mindy here. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. I went back to Arvada this weekend to check out the studio and to do teacher training. I had a great training weekend with people. We talked all about meditation and it was glorious. That's one of my favorite topics to talk about. Why do we meditate? How does it help us? How do we do it? Anyways, beyond that, I was coming home from the weekend. I had been teaching all weekend. I grabbed my girls. We were driving back 2.5 hours. It's like, 7 at night, 7:30 at night. But I wanted to call my parents because I hadn't talked to them this weekend. And so it brought to the surface one of my ancestral patterns. Of course it did. Mom and Dad were asking me about any updates with the studio and what are you going to do after the studio. And Dad said, well, you're just going to get a job in Glenwood. And the way he said it was like, well, the job's more important than what the job is. Just having a job. And that kind of triggered me. Like, how could he give up on me and my abilities as this person who can guide and inspire people so easily? And that kind of stung a little bit, to be honest. But then I said, I'm not going to just get another job. I'm really laying the foundation right now for how I want to teach in the future. And I don't need to have a studio anymore. I don't need walls to be able to contain my teachings. And I'm, doing this online stuff. And the way I described it was like he couldn't even come close to wrapping his head around it, which was a little amusing. He's, in his 80s. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I think it's just beyond what he recognizes as work. And then I said, I know that there's an easier way, that work doesn't have to be so hard, that life doesn't have to be so hard and such a struggle. I am looking for an easier path. And in response to that, he said, well, who said life was ever going to be easy? And it was like he was so ingrained in his belief that it had to be hard, and this bloody pennies mentality that you have to work your ass off just to get enough, that he couldn't even fathom. Like I had then accosted him, like he had accosted me with how I was just going to get another job. I accosted him because I really challenged his belief system about it can be easy. It doesn't have to be hard. And my response to his, whoever told you life was going to be easy, was, whoever said it had to be this hard? And he didn't even have anything to say after that. It was fascinating to watch how I had kind of confronted his belief system, and then it was like he had to just pause and contemplate that for a little bit. And who knows if he contemplated it much more after that. But it really brought to the surface, I am done with this one. I don't need it anymore. I am ready to be free to love, to live, to make money, to do all the things that I know I'm capable of in a really easy, gentle way. It doesn't have to be so darn stressful. So when we look at this as a community, what patterns have you recognized? Like, that was a big reflection for me by having that conversation with my father. There was a huge reflection for me that this pattern is outdated and no longer needed. Do you have any patterns like that? I would really love to hear from you. I know I talked to some people this weekend who said, I haven't commented, but I love your videos. I would love it if you comment. Even if you want to just email me back, that's great. Direct message in the Facebook group or even on our YouTube channel. I really, really appreciate you guys being here and listening to these teachings and finding your own wisdom in it. And I look forward to hearing what that wisdom is and how it's showing up for you. So many blessings to you on this beautiful Tuesday. Mwah.